What the hell? I clicked go live and I did the intro and everything and it didn't, and it kicked me back out. That's weird. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I just did it all over again. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. I just completely shit the bed. And yeah. This is going to be fun. I can already tell. Frank is on his way. He'll be here shortly. He got held up at work. And then we will go into everything. But we're going to talk about Backlash. We had Backlash this week. The finalization of the draft, which meant nothing because immediately following the draft and the brand split, they just threw whoever they wanted into this world title tournament. And we'll talk about that as well. And we'll talk about the impression that most people are getting from this new world title is that it is basically just it's a consolation prize, and what they can do to combat that. And yeah, so it's going to be an interesting show today. Like I said, here we go. I'm joined by Johnny. What's up, brother? You're muted, man.
Hello.
There you go. But yeah, interesting week. A couple of interesting stories coming out, and yeah, not the least of which is AEW's all in 2 breaking all kinds of friggin' sales records, man. Over 60,000 last time I checked. Yeah, I'm thinking they could hit 75K before this thing's over, which is insane.
I think that's lowballing. I think it's gonna be more than that.
It could be, man. It could be. I thought if they hit I said if they hit 50,000, that's a freaking huge win. That's a huge win, and they blew the doors off of that. So, also I feel like this is so stupid. I hit start on the broadcast, and then I started doing the whole intro spiel and everything. And for some reason, when I clicked it kicked me back out. So I was saying it to nobody.
Oh.
So yeah, well,
that felt really lonely.
I'm going to meet Adam Cole next month, baby. Sweet, dude. You going to a show, or are you going to like a convention where he's going to be at or something?
Can you pick him up on your arms? Take a picture. I think he's light enough.
Dude, come on, man.
What? I'm just kidding.
Leave the dude alone.
I like the guy.
Everybody talking shit about Adam Cole's got pipe cleaner arms.
Speaking of meeting people at conventions, did you hear about Jungle Boy's shitty attitude on that UK event?
No.
Oh yeah, it was a whole deal. Some people paid. Some people that paid for like voice lines and things, and then the guy would say, "Hey, hi, thanks for coming. Can you do this for me?" And Jungle Boy would say, "I'll sign the picture. I won't do the voice line." And then the people from the event would come and say, "No, his package has this. You gotta do it." And Jungle Boy would just shrug his shoulders and walked away. And then on the Q&A, his attitude was just the shit.
What was the voice line?
No, just about a podcast that somebody has on Ireland.
Wow.
He didn't know what the line was. Just said he wasn't going to do any voice line, even though it was on the package that people paid for.
Dude, I would be up that friggin' convention's ass.
And then on the questions, like talking about how he doesn't listen to people like Billy Gunn because they get so pressed about like spotty matches and stuff like every single thing he did on that event was just to piss people off.
So basically, everything that people like Cornette say is wrong with AEW, he just confirmed it about himself.
Yep.
Wow, that sucks balls. Because jeez, dude, come on, man. Don't be like that. The Ocho on the drinker. That I was shocked, man. Did you see that, Johnny?
I saw that. I opened YouTube and I just saw the title, like Chris Jericho, like he's talking about it. Did something happen? I didn't see. Then I clicked on it and he was there. Like that was a surprise.
Yeah. I was shocked. Dude. Last was it like a week ago? I think he had Russell Crowe on for that new movie. That movie of his, the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah,
he was on there to talk about that. Hey, there's Frank. Well, hey, dude, stop it.
There he goes.
There you go.
And he's back.
Good, dude. Your camera looks like shit.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, there it goes. Now it's good.
It's not his fault he was born like this.
But yeah, good. The Ocho and Dringer SmackDown involved in the Raw title picture, the Ugly, and Bad Bunny not closing in PR. Oh, in Puerto Rico, dude. I'll tell you what. I will get. I'm not the biggest fan of celebrity matches. The way that they booked that match, because there's no freaking way he should be even be able to hang with Damian Priest, unless you do it the way that they did it, and the way that they did. What?
Did you take my GBU? I'm supposed to go first.
No, Maldacito's going here.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just highlighting issue. We haven't done anything, dude. I've been waiting. All right. And then Legacy Cole and Britt will be at the con along with Jesse Ventura, Marv Wolfman. Oh, Marv Wolfman. Jim Stranko. Sweet. Dendidio, Mark Wade. Mark Wade can suck it. But the rest of them. Yep. The rest of them. That's cool shit.
Man, I would love to be there, meet Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole. Jesse. Dude, I'd like to. I want to meet Jesse Ventura just to see if he's as weird and shit as he seems to be. It's my turn, Hollywood. Quit being selfish. Yeah, man, leave him alone, bro.
I'm okay with that.
But anyway, that brings up our favorite something we like to call good, the bad, and the ugly. Frank.
Yeah. The good. 60,000 strong and growing.
Yeah.
Not a single match on the card yet, and we're over 60,000 tickets sold.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be nuts when they start putting that card together. And I'll tell you what, Tony better pull out all the stops, man. This better be a worthy successor to the original All In.
Yeah,
we don't have a single match yet, so I think it's gonna go up like a lot.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be.
This number is gonna go
like
up.
I said, I'm conservatively saying north of 75,000. The way that this thing blew up, though, man, shit, they could end up putting 90,000 people in that stadium.
You get guys like Nick Aldis and them signed up for that or committed to that. You know, bring the local talent in there, and it'll go even higher.
Yeah, I think if they connected with Rev Pro,
and this guy needs to be there.
He's gonna be. I honestly think that he's 100% gonna be there. 100%. Now the question is, who's he gonna face? Is he gonna face Tanahashi like he was supposed to at Forbidden Door? Well, because here's the thing. According to them, he could be back by Forbidden Door. So we may get Punk at Forbidden Door and at All In. So
I think Tanahashi was just like, if the belt was involved. As it is, I can see it.
Yeah, because you got Punk gonna be middle of June with the Collision, AEW Collision.
Yeah. Yep. AEW Collision is, I think the first episode is like the 18th of June or something like that.
I think so.
Let me double check it here. W Collision debut.
Isn't it funny how everybody talks about this like it's a done deal, and we have not a single like solid announcement on that?
No, they don't.
No.
But the first episode, I think is in Chicago. I mean,
yep. The show take place when the show premieres on June 17th. Yeah. So it could happen. So he'll be back before Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Punk versus Kenta MMA. Dude, I would love to see Punk versus Kenta.
I would hit his head off.
Kenta, dude, if it was MMA rules, Kenta would beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody high profile from New Japan. No, it'll have to be it'll be either Tanahashi or Okada or something like that. But
Punk versus Kenta MMA rules, the Bucks should be like, Kenta, here's $500,000.
Yeah. He's like, here's 500 G's. Please don't hit me.
Take his head off.
But Kenta was a K1 block. Yeah, dude, Kenta's a badass, man. But
I mean, people weren't expecting that, but to be at 60,000, That's just going to show you that how thirsty those people are in England for professional wrestling.
Well, that's the other thing too, man. Is like I was talking to, like I said, I was over on Chester Busby's channel talking wrestling the other day, and by the way, go check those guys out. And we were talking about how, like, even though the TV shows and stuff, the viewership's going down, when they do these live events, man, that people just flock to this stuff.
Yep. So
it's like, what's the deal? Like, why is it that the show audience is waning, but the live event, they pack them in.
They have enough diehards, enough to fill.
That's what I said. I said the television people are the casual fans. Diehards are the ones who go to the shows, and those people will always show up.
Yeah, and honorable mention with my good is the crowd reaction that Io Shirai got.
Oh my God, dude! If they don't,
so good,
dude. If they don't stop this BS with her and push her straight to the friggin' top,
they're not gonna.
It's stupid.
They should. They're not gonna.
Hey, Big Daddy, Guardian of Chaos. What's up, brother? Yeah. By the way, guys, go check out Big Daddy's channel. I mean, I gotta pull these links out here. They're filming a documentary. At was it Paradise Alley, I believe? But we dropped that in there real quick.
But that crowd just loved her there at back.
Dude, they were booing. They were booing. Did you notice that as the match was going on and she began to realize what was going on, she was like, okay. She started to act. She wasn't acting quite heelish, but she started wrestling a lot more aggressive.
And she did.
So that was cool of her. And you could tell Io was loving every minute of it, man.
And my bad, man. What? Secondary title. You have, you know that Vince is back. Why are you taking a SmackDown or Raw title and having SmackDown wrestlers compete for the Raw title?
That's why the title of this show is What Brand Split? Yeah,
it's like, good Lord, like it's a Raw only title, and you have 6 guys on SmackDown going against each other. Why couldn't you have a tournament similar to WrestleMania 4?
The whole thing is, look, I'm sorry. I don't mean this. Like I said, we don't like slam. We're not doing this intentionally because we're not AEW marks. We love AEW, but this is just stupid. The whole damn thing, that's why people are calling it a consolation prize. And then this whole thing was like, we just had a brand split, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have part of the tournament's going to be on Raw, which makes sense because it's supposed to be a Raw title. And then the other half's going to be on SmackDown. And it's like, what? And then they made allusions of like, oh, and the belt could be defended on either show. And I'm like, no, that's not what she said. And it all comes back down to the whole reason that they're doing this. And it's because they don't want to take the belt off Roman, and Roman's going to be off television for like 3 or 4 months.
Yep. The first time he announced it, it's wherever Roman Reigns goes, he's exclusive, and the title's exclusive to that brand.
And the undisputed,
and the other one's going to be on the other brand.
Yep. Which is basically them just splitting the titles up again. But what they've done, and I don't think they realize this. And yes, leg kick 100%. This stinks of Vince. This whole thing stinks of Vince. And I think this is the best that Triple H could do to keep a world title on television while Roman was gone. And this is basically the only option that Vince gave him to, because Vince wants that belt to stay on Roman. He wants it to stay on Roman.
Oh yeah. He's closing in. I think the end of this month will be 1,000.
It'll be 1,000 days.
So he probably wants him to go till he beats Hogan at 1,400.
Yeah, Big Dave said that the entire W machine is not clicking for me. Too many titles, same talent, no real wrestling. The thing is they've got really good, they've got some really, really good young talent on the WWE roster. They just don't do anything with them.
Nope.
You know, like we talked about. Chad Gable is one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Let that guy grow his beard out a little, grow a little facial hair. Put him in the Bryan Danielson role of the underdog, and just let the dude work.
Yep.
AEW's booking has been absolutely atrocious.
Yeah,
it's been awful. It's been absolutely awful, and it's all Tony. The cracks. We said this when this thing happened with CM Punk and all that stuff. This is going to determine whether or not Tony can actually sack up and do this, and so far he hasn't. But not a lot of stars. Well, again, that comes down to the whole thing where I believe that Vince doesn't want to build mega stars anymore.
Which is why they didn't. Reigns.
Yeah, which is why Roman's the biggest star that they have, but he's not on the same level as John Cena or The Rock or Austin. You'll never have another guy like those guys again, because once Vince got WWE to that point, he wanted the brand to be the star. And that's the way it's been ever since.
Yeah. And my ugly is we got to talk about with what brand split. Well, why again do we have to take the women's titles and go like this? Why do we already saw it with Becky and Charlotte. Now we're gonna figure out something to put the Raw back to Raw and the SmackDown back to SmackDown.
Yeah, and Big Daddy, I agree with you. They ain't taking that belt off Roman until The Rock shows up.
Either unify the women's title,
yep,
or don't move, or have in a stipulation that you can't move to a different brand
if you're a champion.
Yeah,
if you're a brand specific champion, you can't move. Now, now like what they're doing with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because they've got both belts, then they can go back and forth. But they should only be able to defend each belt on different shows, unless it's at a pay-per-view and they're like, okay, now you can do it like that or something like that. Or you guys are on SmackDown, you got to give up the SmackDown belts. Either the brand split matters or it doesn't. Okay, and this BS that they try to pull with, oh, they're free agents. No, that's just your way of saying you want to be able to move people back and forth however you want, which means the brand split doesn't mean a damn thing. And then even on top of that, the world title tournament shows exactly the fact that it means nothing. Yeah, dude. Yes, I agree. I don't think there should be one world champion, one tag team champion, one women's champion, one I know there's pedigree for both belts, but either you have the U.S. title or you have the Intercontinental title. You can't have both. You need to retire one of them, and then those belts need to matter. Now I do like that WWE is keeping these belts on people for a long time. That's the way it should be. Champions should have decent runs. The only way you take a belt off somebody is, one, if they're just not getting over and it's killing your business, or two, somebody gets injured.
Yep.
That way, when you put that belt on somebody, you better back them 100%. Dylan Ellum said, W has dropped the ball on a lot of great talent. Nakamura, Baylor, Malachi Black, the list goes on. Scared they're doing the same thing with Cody. I am seriously worried about Cody. Man, because he is, people are saying, oh, he's going to great. No, dude, he's cooled off considerably after WrestleMania. Hollywood looking like a young Tom Cruise with the shape up.
Can you imagine if WWE had approved that thing of having betting in matches and gambling before WrestleMania?
Oh my god!
The amount of people who would have lost a fortune. That
there's a lot of people that would have lost. It's real to me.
Yeah, but.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and just one promotion,
and that's my ugly. But if you're not going to unify the women's titles, then don't call them the Raw and SmackDown women's titles.
Yes,
because I don't have a problem if they switch the Intercontinental and the US, because they're not brand specific.
They're not brand specific, yeah. What they should have done with the women's titles is done them exactly the way that they did the men's titles. They had the world heavyweight, you had the world heavyweight champion, and then you had the universal champion. And because of that, that meant that the belts weren't brand specific and you can move back and forth between them. Okay. Which I still think having a brand split is dumb. You can have a brand split in function, but not in name. You know, it's kind of like what they're doing, what AEW is doing, which I still think is a bad idea. Is they're going to have a core group of people on Dynamite and a core group of people on the new show, Collision. And they kind of do that a little bit with Rampage. They were doing that for a while. And then and everybody else just kind of floats in between. So you have your stars on each show. You just don't say that they can only be there.
Yeah.
You know,
because with your brand split, you can't have Cody versus Roman unless he wins Money in the Bank or Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We knew he wasn't winning that heavyweight belt, because if they put that belt on him, man, everybody would lose their crap. Because then it would then there wouldn't be any doubt about whether or not it was the consolation prize or not. Big Daddy, I agree with you, but I think that at WrestleMania they had the opportunity to turn him into a superstar. They had the opportunity, like that moment could have turned Cody into a megastar if they had pulled the trigger on it. I really do believe that. Now, yeah, and like, is he gonna? He's gonna be fine. I mean, he's gonna win the belt eventually. I don't think he's gonna beat Roman. I think it's gonna be The Rock. Who knows how far down the line they're gonna push this thing? But
he wins it eventually. But is it gonna matter like it would have?
No, it's no. If he had won at WrestleMania, that would have been a moment that everybody would have remembered. Whether you think that he had to go through more adversity or not, or something. Yeah, well, yeah, and if same with Sami Zayn. If Sami Zayn had won the world title from Roman, that would have been a huge moment as well, and that could have turned Sami Zayn into that. Dude, that could have turned Sami Zayn into the next Bryan Danielson, as far as being because he's such an underdog. You know, that's what I think they need to do with Chad Gable. You know, they need to change his look up a little bit, but it's moments create heroes. And those were two of the biggest moments that have been built up in WWE in the last decade. So I guess they want Roman to break Bruno Sammartino's record, but WrestleMania was the time to do it. Having Brock toss Cody around every Monday is getting old fast. Yeah, I mean, they turned it into a good match. I don't think he's not gonna break Bruno's, but he's definitely gonna break Hogan's. Not what Vince wants. Yeah, and dude, you cannot tell me that Vince isn't behind a lot of this shit.
If he breaks Hogan's, that's 1,400 days. That's another.
That dude until Wrestle freaking Mania next year.
No.
Well, you know,
it's not even at 1,000. You're talking 1,400. There's only 365 days a year, so you're talking a year from now, just to get almost 1,350.
Yeah, you know what some people are saying, and this might actually be the plan, is he's not going to lose at WrestleMania. He's actually going to win against The Rock. And then SummerSlam, he will take on Cody, and Cody's going to beat him at SummerSlam, which will bring Roman's story full circle. Because that's where Roman took the current heavyweight, the Universal title that he's got right now. That's where he took that. That's where he became undisputed.
So you're talking
that's
about
a stupid thing to book around.
You're talking about
SummerSlam
next year?
Yes. Some people are saying that's what they're going to do. And because like the whole finish the story, they're not just talking about Cody, they're talking about Roman too.
That's so stupid.
And I agree, but again, who's in charge? And Vince doesn't care if it's getting over. He doesn't care if it's what he wants. It's what he gets.
And Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns is one ACL tear away from it being over.
It being all over. Yeah.
But that's my GBU.
Yep. All right. My GBU, the good. John Moxley is going back to New Japan. He's doing another New Japan show.
Sweet.
He's going to be taking on
Marco Stunt.
He's taking on Okada, Ishii, and who else is he taking? And Rocky Romero, and it's him, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. So that's going to be fun. Now, see, this is happening at Dominion, and there's a lot of AEW stars that are going to be at that show. I think they're going to use this to start building towards Forbidden Door. So we might get Moxley versus Okada at Forbidden Door, which I ain't mad at that. So it'll be interesting, dude. That's going to be an awesome match. That's good. I mean, friggin', you had me when you said Moxley, Okada, and Ishii. So there you go. But that was not good. Also, dude, Backlash was good.
It was.
Backlash was really entertaining. It was good. I mean, there was some stupidity.
Almost.
But yeah, dude. Tell you what though, that's the best he's ever looked.
Yeah, it is.
Give all the credit to Seth Rollins, man. He made that dude look good. That was the best Omos has ever looked. And his last match, with Brock made him look pretty good too, even though it didn't last very long. But yeah, it's like I said, I'm not big on gimmick matches, but the way that they did the Bad Bunny Damian Priest match, basically Damian Priest beat himself.
Yep.
Dude, oh my freaking dude, the friggin' pop for Bad Bunny, but the pop for Zelina Vega, was bonker shit. And then like the pop for EO, dude, like I said, they're not going to do it. You're right. They're not going to, because Vince is stupid. But EO should be the next SmackDown champion. Yeah, I'm a 50-year-old man. Okay. It's not my jam, bro. It's not my jam. But I'm gonna say
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And then, dude. Okay, so I loved all the cameos. I loved all the people showing up and all that stuff. I love that the Latino World Order is getting over. Dude, was Savio Vega confused about what he was supposed to do?
Probably.
He stood there for like 5 minutes where everybody's like looking. I was like, did somebody forget who's supposed to start? What's going on? Or he's just like, dude, I'm too damn old to walk all the way over there. You need to come over here.
It would be nice, Dylan, but I don't see it happening.
No, but yeah, man, it was an interesting night. But I really, really liked the Bad Bunny Damian Priest match, because basically it was the only way that it could be even feasible, and that is that Damian Priest beats himself. Yep. Because he comes in a match and he just freaking wrecks Bad Bunny from the start, goes for the pin, and then does that where he stands there, he pulls him and goes, no. And he's screwing around, and then what happens? He gets injured, and now he's vulnerable, and that's the only way that match works. So
that's another guy who deserves to be in the title picture.
Damian Priest. Oh, dude, yeah. he's gotten, dude. When he was in NXT, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't his biggest fan. I felt he was one-dimensional. He had everything else. He had the look, he had the talk, he had the physique. He had everything, except when he stepped into the ring, he felt one-dimensional. But since he's got on the main roster, dude, he's gotten infinitely better. So I like the dude. And from what I understand, yeah, he's very charismatic. Very charismatic. And from what I understand, after this performance in Puerto Rico, man, they're going to strap a rocket to him and shoot him to the moon. So hopefully, but don't
be stealing Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, dude, I'm so terrified for him, man. There wasn't really a bad match on the entire show. You know, I mean the U.S. title match was, you know, it was okay.
Yeah,
but that was probably the weakest match in the entire show. But even that was good. And then the tag match. But yeah, I'm starting to worry about Cody when it comes to Backlash and everything. But yeah, that was my good. My bad is what Johnny just told me. I had something different for it, but I just found this out. And this disappoints me, man. Is apparently Jungle Boy is a dick. Dude, no, seriously, he seemed like such a nice kid, you know? And I see a lot of upside for him, man. Like I said, he needs to turn heel. Well, now he really needs to turn heel. But apparently, Johnny, you wanna like repeat that story, man? Because I'm just too depressed to talk about it.
Did you hear about that, Frank?
I heard Cornette talking about something where he just like dissed somebody for a picture autograph. Somebody paid for it.
Yeah. Aside from that, on the Q&A, he was dissing co-workers like Billy Gunn. Like I'd never ask for advice from Billy Gunn because that guy gets like 2 pieces if we do like one Canadian destroyer too many. I only ask for advice for guys to do the same stuff I do. I don't need psychology and all that. Then somebody asked if you had one last match to watch before you die, which would it be? And you said, I don't want to watch a wrestling match if I'm going to die. I'm going to do something else. All his answers were condescending as hell. Like, and the other one was like a kid who asked, like, if I want to be a wrestler, what should I do? And he just said, don't. Not worth it. And then somebody else asked, like, who inspired him to be a wrestler? And he was like, I just saw a Marco Stunt video on YouTube, but I don't really care about the stuff. It was a whole deal. Everybody was disappointed.
Yeah.
And everyone else was so nice.
Yeah. I can understand it from Max, but not Jungle Boy.
Yeah, that's disappointing, man. And the idea that he's not going to listen to a veteran who's been there, who's been to the show and knows the ins and outs. That to me, that sounds like one of those guys that Regal was talking about. They were just completely disinterested, you know. And if that's the case, you know, somebody needs to smack the shit out of that little him, and like, hey, you know, all the mistakes that you're gonna make in the future, these guys have already made them. They might help you, you know, not
break a leg like Dante did.
Yeah,
but if that's gonna happen, he might as well turn heel now.
Like yeah, that sounds to me. It turns out he might be a Hollywood boy after all. So yeah, he may as well just turn heel now. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if that story keeps going the way it's going, man, they may not have any choice. He might start getting booed automatically.
Maybe
Courtney said, "Hey, Courtney, what's up? Sorry, I was doing my walk. No problem, Courtney. We're just talking about Jungle Boy being disappointing, which hurts my heart."
Maybe Anna Jay just told me to go F off and found somebody else.
Max is always talking about her, so maybe.
Yeah. I'm done with you, Jungle Boy. I'm gonna go with Ty Conti and Max, or Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara. I'm going with Ty and Sammy. You're done.
Yeah, but and the ugly. For me, this week, I decided, you know, I'm going to keep it to something wrestling related. I don't know what the hell is Tony doing. What's he doing with his big guys?
Burying them.
This stuff with Wardlow. What is this? Wardlow was, dude. 9 months ago, Wardlow was one of the hottest acts they had. And now no one gives a shit. You know? Hobbs didn't even get a chance. He was only a champion for like a month.
The first thing they did after Wardlow beat Max was put him against Mark Sterling and the security guards. And I called it then that he was going to cool off.
I don't, dude. More and more every day, I'm really starting to think that what I said is true. Tony doesn't know how to book big guys.
Does he know how to book, period?
No, he does. He does. He knows how to book the people that he likes. But apparently he doesn't like any of his big guys. Because here's the thing, dude. Why are like he's got Lance Archer, who has been used to basically build up everybody else and is just disappeared. Wardlow, who was hotter than the sun for about 5 minutes because he got the MJF rub and then just took a crap on him. Miro, who's been apparently I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's doing a TV show.
God won. He was facing God. God won.
Yeah, basically. Hobbs, who's a homegrown talent, who should be in the same discussion as the Pillars, as the rest of the Pillars, as the original big man that they cultivated, was really starting to hit a stride, and now they just hamstring him. Keith Lee, who knows what the hell Keith Lee's doing? He's all over the place. And it's just like I'm really starting to think that like we said this when this year happened and with all the injuries that happened and then the scrum and everything, like this was going to show us who Tony Khan really is. He's cracking under the pressure, dude. He really and it's actually I think it's a couple of things. One, he doesn't like to say no to people because he wants everybody to be his friend. Two, he's so he gave TBS way too much control over what happens on their shows. So a lot of the stuff that's happening on TV is because TBS says we want that person on TV. That's why they're making a whole new show for Punk so that they can get him back on television. TBS gave him $54 million, another $54 million to put Punk back on TV. That's how much. That's why I think TBS is sticking their nose into everything. And Tony's just like doesn't know how to tell them no. And three, don't start a company with your friends. Because when you have to tell them no, I think the cracks are showing in this whole thing. And if he really, and I'll tell you what, he's going to have to do one of two things eventually. The talent on the roster is only going to get them so far. They need to put more people. They need to put some new people back in a minute. Mal's like, sorry, I dozed off for a minute. Bob's still bitching. Yeah. I'm concerned, dude. I'm not bitching. I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. Yes, focus feuds towards it. That's a good one. Focus feuds towards their titles. I agree with that. He also needs to inject some other talent into the world title scene besides the 5 guys that he's had there so far. Because when Jericho lost to Moxley, it was the same. It's the same 5. It's the same 5 guys that keep competing for the world title. When the new guy wins it, Max is the guy that kind of broke in as the new guy. But who's he faced for the world title so far? Moxley, Bryan Danielson, which I don't know why they didn't. I don't know what they're going to do with Max. He needs to feud with somebody besides Omega, Moxley. I mean, the smart money would say CM Punk, but are they going to have CM Punk lose to Max?
Wouldn't be the first time.
I don't think Britt's racist. I think Britt's just full of herself. Britt seems to treat everybody.
Wait, what?
Right. Yeah, it's well, and here's the thing. Also, Thunder Rosa herself came forward and apologized for a lot of the shit that happened in the locker room. Said it was her fault. So, and then the other thing too is this. A lot of this is coming from that reality show where Britt's like, Britt's like, basically Britt hates Thunder Rosa. So,
yeah, Britt didn't think it was fair she was interim champion.
Yeah.
But
which
Tony,
that's a stupid thing that Tony did.
Yeah, Tony has his Andy and Buzz Lightyear. He doesn't play with Ham or Slinky Dog. anymore. So that's pretty much what
Ham or Slinky Dog?
Yeah, from Toy Story. He has his Andy and Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah.
That he plays with all the time. His toys, like.
So you mean he's Woody?
Like Dark Helmet, he has his or Woody. I'm sorry, Woody and Buzz Lightyear. He's got his toys like Dark Helmet.
Yeah,
and he plays with certain toys. He plays with certain toys, and the other ones like Ham and Slinky Dog. He puts to the side.
Yeah, he's got his favorites, which are Moxley, Omega, Jericho, Hangman, and now in MJF.
Yeah.
But he needs like why isn't like Keith? Why isn't Swerve Strickland in the world title scene?
Because he's on an eternal feud with Keith Lee that hasn't had a single match so far.
Yeah, doesn't make any damn sense. You know, where's Malachi Black? Why isn't he going after the world title? You know,
Trios champion.
Yeah.
Okay,
champion.
That's great. That doesn't mean he can't go after our world title. It's Darby. Actually, Darby's had a couple of world title shots.
Not world title.
I thought he
title
had
shots. Yes, he had with Moxley.
Yeah, he had one with Moxley, and he had one. Didn't he have one with Jericho too?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I know he's had at least one. Thing about Darby though is, I mean, do you put your world title on him?
No.
Why not?
He's super over. But
who else?
I mean, dude, there's a million people.
Who?
You know, there's like why wasn't Wardlow going after the world title?
There you go.
When he was so hot. Why wasn't he going after the world? Why have we not had one of these big guys, these big giant guys, in a world title match against any of these guys? Not a single big man has had a world title shot. I think Lance Archer is the only one that had one, and it was on TV.
Well, you're not going to have that till Forbidden Door.
That's it right there. I think that's it right there, because Cody left. Cody left, and he was that voice in the locker room that was pushing stuff. I have to look, Courtney. I don't think he said we will never see Jeff Hardy again. I think he said we weren't going to see him for a long time, or that if he ever does something like that again, he's done. But I'll have to look into that. I don't think I've ever seen where he said that Jeff Hardy would never show up again. Which if he did, that was just stupid, because there's no way he's going to throw away all that money. Big guys are all on MJS payroll. I don't know, man. All of this, you know what all of this says to me? Backstage in AEW is in complete disarray. It's in complete disarray. There's a handful of people that are trying to keep everything on track. There's certain talent that are like, willing to work with anybody, willing to bust their ass to keep people interested. But as far as Tony's booking is concerned, his booking has been absolutely atrocious. Archer's really, I know, Archer is legit pissed, and he's got a right to be. Yeah, I remember him saying it would be a minute, and then after an evaluation. Yeah, basically he said if Jeff wanted to back in the company, he would have to jump through hoops. And I hope he does, man. I hope he stays on the straight and narrow. But at this point, he's had so many he's had so many backslides. Basically this all highlights what we've said from the start, that Tony needs to hire a general manager to take care of the day-to-day. He needs to hire a team of writers, and then
maybe a booker is fine. We don't need a team of writers.
Well, there are some people on that show that need someone to write their shit for them. Okay, Jungle Boy is one of them. He's not the greatest promo. No. He needs somebody.
He won't have good delivery no matter what you write for him. That won't solve the problem.
Yeah, but at least it'll make friggin' sense. It's going to be a collision. Hey, see what you did there. I love Jeff, but the guy relapses and falls apart faster than Demi Lovato around a warm spoon.
Nice.
Oh, God. Okay, that's my GBU. Johnny, you got anything you want to add before we take the last 15 minutes?
Hell no, we're almost an hour in.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that world title. You got anything?
Nah.
All right. The new WWE world title.
World
Heavyweight Championship that is exclusive to SmackDown, to Raw, but it's not. Consolation prize? Yes or no?
Yes.
Johnny?
Sure.
Dude, don't do that. Give me a
It is. It is. It's just so sad. Like I've been avoiding like thinking about it because I'm thinking about all the people they have there that they essentially like put a step lower to give Roman the I'm better than everybody rub. And it's just this is a nice seat. This is the all Atlantic Championship essentially. That's how I see it.
You know,
I'm not gonna see it as anything else.
The difference between this and it's called the International Championship because All Atlantic was stupid. Well, at least they acknowledged that, and it was like, yeah, this is a dumb name. The All Atlantic is not being put in there to placate the guy who's got your belt and doesn't want to work the whole damn year anymore.
Yep.
You know? And it's like you're taking all the pedigree of your world championships, which is what Cody is after. And I'll tell you what, dude, I guarantee you they were thinking about putting that belt on him, but when they saw everybody's reaction being like, if you put that belt on them, we're gonna riot like Oakland lost twice. They changed their tune on that. Now, I do think it's gonna. I still think that Seth Rollins is gonna be the new world champion.
So do I.
I think it's an ugly ass belt. It's the big W in the middle of it. We talked about it. What was it, 2 weeks ago? We talked about the belt. I like the overall design of the belt, but that big W, the big W in the middle. One, it's the wrong color. Two, it's too big. That the WWE should be like on the in like the world, the W in the world should be the WWE logo, and that's it. It looks like they designed it to look like the big gold belt. So the solid gold belt, and I think that's what this thing is it's a nod to that belt. But then Vince, of course, is like, the brand is the star.
Yeah,
so put the logo right in the middle of that damn thing and make it this freaking big. I want it the size of my head. So that's why it looks weird. Why is Miz in theory in there? Because Miz is Miz, man. Miz is another one of those guys that WWE will tout out there forever. And you talk about the people that they disrespected for this thing. They're Shinsuke Nakamura, who was supposedly going to get rehab. Triple H wanted to rehab Nakamura's image and make him a world title contender again. But we all know what happened a few months ago. And now we've got Miz, and Miz wants to team up with Nakamura and call themselves Miz Day Nakamura or some stupid crap. It's like, ugh. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys, right now. I don't agree with Brian Alvarez on a lot of things, but I agree with him on this. When people are saying, "Why are you guys saying all this stuff? You don't know that the product didn't get better when Vince left, and all this, and you can't blame all this on Vince." Yes, you can.
Yep.
Because all this stupid crap started happening when Vince came back. When Vince left, and this idea that it didn't get better when Vince left. Look, was it perfect? No way. But it was 100 times better when Vince left. 100 times better when Vince left. And I agree with Big Daddy. I don't think Vince left completely. I think Vince was still there. But when Triple H was in charge and had the final say during that time period, the product was better. And then when he came back, it immediately, all the goofy stupidness started coming back with it. So don't tell me that Vince isn't sticking his nose into everything.
Right.
So
speaking of tournament, who do you think is gonna win on Friday?
AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles. Like, they brought AJ Styles back. This is his first big match since coming back from injury. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be AJ, and it's going to be AJ versus Seth, which would be a great match.
Oh,
you know, they're two of the best. So, but I think, like, unless Vince gets a bug up his ass, Seth is going to be the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, which is a good which I think is a good idea. Now, is it still going to be the secondary title? Yes, absolutely, and everybody knows it. But if you want it to matter, you put it on someone like Seth. You let that guy freaking work. Stop making him do matches with people like Omos, and let him have some bangers and put some respect on that belt. Quinny said they should have put Drew and Karrion Kross. Drew, from all reports, man, Drew may be seriously be on his way out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd be saying bye-bye when his contract's up next year.
Yeah. Not really the biggest thing before Vince, the bloodline. The biggest thing after Vince, the bloodline. The biggest thing now he's back, still the bloodline. Yeah. Well, that's because they had put so much. The reason why I think the reason why Triple H didn't take that belt off of Roman is because they have built so much into Roman that and really like I honestly think that they kept it on there. Like I said, I think Vince still had some sway, and that was one of the things that he was like holding on to, was making sure that Roman stayed the champ. So that is sad because I love Drew. Yeah, I do too. And here's the thing: like, I'm worried about him because all the information that's coming out says that what he wants, WWE is not going to give him. So he is probably going to go elsewhere. The only company that can give him what he wants, the money he wants, and potentially put him in the position he wants, is AEW. But I have no faith that AEW is going to push him in there as one of those top guys.
At least they won't have Dark to bury him like they did Lethal anymore.
Because here's the thing, man. Like I said, Drew's a big dude. Okay. Drew's he's at least 6'5". Yeah, he's 6'5", 265 pounds. Dude, he's the size of freaking Wardlow. Let's see how big Wardlow is here. Well, he's bigger than Wardlow. He's 6'2", and he weighs almost as much. He's a big guy, and Vince and TK's not going to push him the way he wants to. Because I guarantee, because if he goes over there, he's not going to be. They will not put him in matches against Omega. They will not put him. They might put him in matches against Moxley, but they won't put him in matches against Omega. They won't put him in matches against Hangman. You know,
it also comes down to if money is the most important thing for Drew, and I don't think it is.
Well, he wants to be paid as one of the top guys. That's one of the things that's holding up WWE. He wants to be paid as one of the top guys, and they don't want to do it.
But also with AEW, he's got a lighter schedule as well.
Well, we don't know with this new show coming up.
It's still not going to be as crazy as WWE is
doing house shows and stuff. Yeah.
And if the whole split thing is real, then it's 1 day a week.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think Impact can pay him the money that he wants now. I don't think like Drew legit wants to be. He wants to be one of, if not the top guy. And Tony Khan's the only company. Tony Khan is the only one who's got the money, deep pockets to pay him that. But I get the feel. I don't think that he's the kind of guy that Tony Khan likes to push.
Yeah, that's why I was going Maldacito, going back to Impact. That's what I was trying to lead to, because if it's about money, it's AEW or WWE. If he wants a lighter schedule and a chance to be prominent, then go to Impact. Go back to Impact.
There's no chance in the hell he's going to Impact.
Well, the reason why I say AEW is more than likely the destination is he does have some options there. He could go there and say, hey, make me your top guy in Ring of Honor. You know? So he could get the money he wants and the relevancy that he wants. And that's the other thing too, is I think he's going to want to stay prominent in people's vision. You know, and no disrespect to Impact, they have almost no television presence whatsoever.
If he wants to be on people's vision, then Ring of Honor is not really the place to go either.
No, but like I said, that's he could use that as a stepping stone for AEW. That's what I'm saying. It's like if what we're hearing is what he wants, there's no real good, perfect option for him. If he wants to be a top guy, it's Impact. If Punk comes back, he'll get swallowed up by brighter stars. Yeah. Yeah, and it sucks too, because I really like Drew. I think WWE had something great in him. I don't think he was booked very well. Also, the pandemic hurt him really bad. And dude, when they had that match in Jeddah versus with him and Shane versus The Undertaker, and was it Undertaker and Miz? Freaking dude, when he was standing across from The Undertaker, he was like, holy shit, he's almost as big as The Undertaker.
Yeah.
He's a big freaking dude. And he can work. So
yeah, I mean, when he took Lesnar out of the Royal Rumble,
oh my God,
and then won the world title, unfortunately with COVID. I mean,
dude, people lost their minds when he took Brock out.
And you know, and then it just went down from there. I mean, yeah, COVID killed it, but
I'm gonna tell you what.
Is it a mutiny or is it a civil war? Because those two are different.
We could have the same thing happen to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, the exact same thing can happen. The difference is though, Cody can go back to AEW and immediately back where he was. Well, that's the only. Well, pretty close to where he was.
In 4 years.
Yeah, was it? Well, yeah, it's in 4. Yeah, because man, especially if they put all the time that he was on the shelf back on top of him, which they probably would, could be 5 years.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, he's just a trend. How many workers were never who had more skill? He ain't going back there. I got lost in there, but anyway, yeah, that's my issue with this new world title though, is
just a participation trophy.
That's all it can actually be seen as. I mean, do I think eventually it will matter? Probably. Just right now, I mean, anybody who doesn't look at this as the belt that Roman doesn't want is lying to themselves. The real world title is on the real WWE World Heavyweight Championship, undisputed heavyweight championship is on Roman Reigns' waist. Anything else is a secondary title.
Yep.
So if Cody doesn't win that, then it doesn't matter. And I don't put it past Vince to not completely shit the bed with this. And I honestly, I think this belt, this new belt, was basically the only option that Triple H had to keep the world title on television. Because Vince isn't going to let him take that belt off Roman until Vince is ready to take it off Roman.
Who's he going up against, talking about Roman, at Night of Champions in Saudi?
Who knows, dude?
Because they said, well, I don't know how they're going to have the tag champs. They can't have the tag team champions there. So I thought every belt was on the line, but you're not taking the tag titles there.
Nope. Unless they have a match in the United States and then they pipe it in over there. You know what? And here's the thing, Dylan. The Roman storyline was getting super stale until they injected Sammy into it, and he put new life into it. So that's why it stayed relevant for as long as it has. And now that that's over, basically, it's getting stale again. And everyone's like, okay, so who's next? And the answer is nobody. Because there isn't anybody. Unless you're going to bring somebody up from NXT, unless Braun Breaker's going to show up at Jeddah and challenge him at Night of Champions, which he can't because he's not a champion.
No, it's the return of Bray Wyatt.
Ugh.
Firefly Funhouse segment. Boing, boing, here he comes.
How do I get
challenge Roman Reigns?
This really weird feeling that it's going to be Goldberg.
Oh boy!
Oh God! That'd be one of those. If that was the case, and that was one of those matches that was announced, I'd be like, well, it's time to go take a shit. Yep, I'll be back when this is over. I have to do it quick because it's going to be over in 4 minutes.
No, it's going to be almost. He's a free agent. He's going to challenge them.
You think Tony's going to try to get Goldberg on Wembley?
Yes. Huh. He's at least going to try and get him to show up. Yeah. But which I'm like, oh, God, I'm so tired of that dude. But dude, I don't know. I mean, who could LA Knight maybe for Roman?
They're not gonna. They're not gonna do it.
He should have been in the heavyweight tournament.
LA Knight. Yeah. I would have put him in there over Austin Theory.
So it's gonna be Austin Theory versus AJ Styles in the finals on Friday night.
Yeah, I know. Oh God. What happened, man? Everything was going so well until Vince decided to show back up. Oh God. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we've been bitching about this long enough. I think Knight's gonna get a push. LA Knight's gonna get a push. Well, he should. He's not gonna, but he should.
LA Knight's gonna be the leader of the new Four Horsemen.
Oh God. Y'all can go to hell. And on that note, that's our show for this week, guys. It's a little depressing, but I don't know, man. Hopefully Dynamite will be good tomorrow.
LWO,
yeah. There you go. Freaking have you know who it would be good. That ain't gonna happen though. Him versus Damian Priest. Roman versus Damian Priest would be good.
It would.
Not gonna happen.
No, it can't happen because Damian Priest is on Raw and Roman Reigns is on SmackDown.
I don't know if you've noticed, but that doesn't seem to matter anymore. It only took 24 hours for them to take that whole thing and just take a crap on it, which was the whole point of this discussion. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here, guys. Check us out next week, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Appreciate everyone else here. Maldecito, Leg Kick, Dylan, Courtney, Big Daddy, Guardian of Chaos. Guys, go over check out his channel. He's awesome as hell. And make sure I'm not missing anybody.
Did you get Dylan?
Yeah, I got Dylan. Appreciate all the input, guys. And by the way, guys, when we're done and the video posts, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell us what you guys want to talk about and any matches and stuff that you're looking forward to.
Yeah,
we will see.
Tell us who the next 4 horsemen are going to be.
Yeah,
y'all can suck the pipe.
And tell us who you want. Who you think Roman Reigns is going to wrestle that Night of Champions?
I swear to God.
Son of a bitch! You done messed up, mischievous and deceitful, chicanerous and deplorable.
That's all of you. Y'all can go to Woo! Bye, guys.
Goodbye.